Okay, so today is Tuesday, July the 27th, and I got up good and early before everybody in the house got up. Well, only me, Wayne, and my little baby Jace at home. The other kids went and stayed all night with my mommy. Well, no, they were supposed to stay all night with my mama. They went and stayed all night with my sister. But I'm making this video like I told y'all I would on okay y'all, I'm sorry. The camera was saying it was about to go dead. Okay, so in today's video, one of the subscribers had requested like when you first start out on the floor, what's some things you should ask to be able to have, like, you know, do your job well and run a smooth shift. Okay, so y'all see me look down, it's because I tried to write it down so I can make sure that I'm telling y'all everything. Okay, so when you first, you know, get to work, you find out who relieving you. So once you find out who relieving you, you say, "Hey girl," or "Hey sir, my name is Jasmine. I'm going to be relieving you today." And then he's going to be like, "Okay," or she's going to be like, "Okay, you ready to count?" And that's what you're going to be like, "Sure is." Because if you're anything like me, okay, so if my shift starts 7 to 3, I'm trying to be at work by at least 6:30, especially as a travel nurse, because you don't want to miss out on any pertinent information. And when people there, they're ready to go home. So I try to get there a little early. Really, anytime I work, even when I'm full-time, I try to be at work early. Because some people will try to leave you with some mess, honey, and be like, "Well, I'm going to just leave this for the next shift because I'm ready to go." No, you're not, okay? You're not. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to count your narcotics. So as you're counting your narcotics, I don't know if facilities where you might work at, but like the ones I usually work at, first you count how many cards you have. So you count how many cards, make sure that's right with what's in the book, and then you're going to start doing your narc count. So if everything looks good, close that up, and then you can lock the cart, and then you're going to say, "Well, let's go do a walkthrough." So during your walkthrough, you want to first ask how many residents are you going to have, because you don't want to go somewhere and they be like, "Oh, well, we're short, so you're going to have 30-some patients." No, I'm not, because your license is going to be on the line, and that is not safe. If state decides to pop up in the building, then what? Which, if state pop up, it's going to hurt the facility more than it's going to hurt you, but still, your license is on the line, because you can't adequately take care of 30-some people properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care how fast you are. 30-some people is a lot of people to take care of. And doing it right, like I said, and doing it correctly. So you want to ask how many patients you have. So once you get there, they might say, "Oh, we only have 15, you might have 18. You're like, "Okay." So as you're walking down, make sure you get a census sheet. So that way you can see who all your residents is, or as you walking down, like I have this little clipboard. So I have like this little clipboard right here, and you can open it up and keep like all your little papers and stuff like that in there. So I always keep these. So you can get like a blank piece of paper or get a census sheet. And as you're going down, you can write down the room number, who's in the room, put they in A bed or B bed if you're in a nursing home. Or if you're in a hospital and there's more than 2 people in the room, you know, there's 2 people to a room. So make sure you write down room number, name, A or B bed. And then I always say, as we're going down, is this person whole or crushed? Okay, so that means, do they take their medications whole, or do I have to crush them up? And then you have some people who take them whole, but still inside applesauce. So they don't want it crushed up. They just like the applesauce to help kind of make it go down smoother. So ask that too. Or a lot of times they can be like, "Well, they're whole, but they want you to put it in applesauce." So ask that. And then I also ask at the same time, is this person on any thickened liquids, like, you know, honey thickened, any of that? And then I ask, okay, do they have any upcoming appointments, you know, later on today or whatever, that's considering them to be NPO? So a lot of times some facilities will have like a little NPO, little sticker around the little door frame outside the door, so that'll let you know as well. And another thing you want to know is who your diabetics are. So as you going through, you know, your walkthrough, say, okay, is this person an AccuCheck? So if you new to healthcare, you don't know what AccuCheck is. It's like when people are diabetic and you got to prick their finger. A lot of times they get this done before every meal. So it's good to know, because you might start getting started with your med pass, but you need to make sure you get those people who AccuChecks done first, because breakfast tray is going to start coming out and you're going to be still passing meds at the other end of the hall. And then you got all these people down here who need their blood sugar checked. So you need to know that, like, make sure y'all ask those questions, because they can really put you behind. And if somebody start eating before you get the AccuCheck done, okay, it's not going to be accurate, because now they done consume sugar and everything else into their body. So their blood sugar might be reading high, but it probably really wasn't even that high, because they just started eating, you know. And you don't want to give nobody no insulin, and just because their sugar setting is high, because they don't start eating and then boom, they bottom. Because let me tell you, you don't want to deal with nobody who's sugar bottom, which is, to me, it's easier to get somebody's sugar up than it is to bring it down. Because when you're trying to bring somebody's sugar up, you can get them sugar packs, you can get them orange juice, you can get them glucagon, which is like this little real sweet stuff that you can like inject into their mouth. But when somebody's sugar high, I mean, one thing you can do is you're going to have to keep calling the doctor like, okay, the sugar is this. And she's going to be like, okay, we'll get them, boom. They might say, get them 12 units of this. And then recheck it in like 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So then you constantly having to go call the doctor back. Okay, well, it didn't come down. What else do I do? So just try to avoid all of that. Actually, AccuChecks is, get those done. And then if you working at a facility who have like people going out for dialysis, make sure you give them their medicines first. Make sure you let the CNA know, hey, this person has dialysis. Make sure y'all have them up and ready, because when them people come pick them up, they expecting them to be ready. And usually they have like a dialysis sheet that goes with them, and it just has like their newest vital signs, what kind of diet they on, are they a full code or DNR, which is do not resuscitate, which means if they was to code, the family does not want you to perform CPR. So make sure you just know all of those things. And make sure your people who go into dialysis, make sure they get something to eat before they go. Because they usually go like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, trays don't come out till like 8 o'clock. You don't want to send nobody somewhere hungry. So make sure they get their trays before they go. Because, I mean, that's just being kind. Okay? So once you do that, you do your walkthrough. The third thing you're going to do is, well, I already said it, ask who holding, who crushed, and all of that. When you asking the person you're going to report from, does anybody have any doctor visits today or any visits? And when I say doctor visits, y'all know, is anybody going to the doctor? Because if so, you have to let your CNA know, hey, Miss Margarita has a doctor's appointment today at 12 o'clock, so you might need to have her ready at least like 2 hours early. Because you never know when transportation, whether it's transportation, whether it's the facility taking them, or whether it's a family member coming to get them. You just want to make sure they're ready, because you never know how early somebody might come. So I always remember to ask they have any doctor's appointments. And when I say visits, with COVID going on, people have to call and schedule visits to be able to see their loved ones, their parents, their father, sister, brother, whatever. They have to call ahead of times a lot with COVID going on to make sure that they can see their family member. Because a lot of times, I'm not going to say they supervise, but somebody still has to keep contact on them, because family members will try to like hug on mom and touch. And a lot of times facilities, you can see your family member, but y'all cannot touch. And it's usually like a little plastic thing that's keeping them, you know, separated, because we doing all we can to protect your mom. That don't mean you are. So you want to ask about those so you can make sure you have them up and ready for that. The last thing you want to do is you want to ask, well, it don't have to be last, but it's last on my list, who all is on antibiotics. And you want to know this for several reasons, because one, and let me show y'all my little paper I have that shows how you chart, or how I keep up with who all is all doing what. So this is my little paper I have. I had actually got it from a facility that I used to work for, and I just made copies. So this shows who all are new admits and hospital returns. And you want to know this because you usually have to do like charting on them for 3 days. You know, just saying, this resident is resting in bed at this time. He has not voiced any concerns of any pain, tolerated all his medications, you know, vital signs are within normal limits. And then you can just, you know, put out the vital signs, temp, blood pressure, heart rate, respiration, O2, put all that on there. You can put that their breathing is even and not labored. You know, you just want to make like a little progress note on them saying, hey, they're doing fine. And a lot of times you have to, when they're new, you have to enter in their weight, you know, for like the first either 3 days or like to a week. This shows who all is on antibiotics because once again, you have to chart people who want antibiotics. So what you would do is, if they're just starting on you, you might say, this resident received a new order today for you could say Rosefin shots for UTI, or they might have some type of infection. So you're gonna say, this resident received a new order today for Rosefin IM BID, which is 2 times a day for 10 days. And then you have to put what it's for UTI. And then you're going to put no adverse reactions, which means once you gave it to them, they didn't have any reactions afterwards. You want to put their vital signs. You want to put, you know, just how they tolerated everything to let the doctor know or the next nurse know, hey, they're doing fine on this antibiotics. So then if it's not new on you, you would say, well, this resident continues Rosefin IM BID for 10 days for UTI. No adverse reactions noted. No complications. Tolerated well. Put the vital signs on there. Put will continue to monitor for this shift. Anytime you write will continue to monitor, put this shift, because if you just leave it blank, a lot of times state will be like, well, you put will continue to monitor, but you didn't put a follow-up note showing where you continue to monitor. So make sure you put like for this shift, you know, don't just leave it like open-ended. And then it shows anybody who told me they was in pain, any incidents, because if anybody have any incidents, whether they be a fall, a skin tear, anything, you have to chart on that every shift. Same thing. This person is being, they might have neuro checks, which meaning you have to go get their blood pressure and, you know, all of that. Like when a person falls, it's usually like every 15 minutes and then every 30 minutes and then every day. So you just have to go in and chart a note showing that you're still monitoring the skin tear, the fall, all of that. That's the neuro check. So anybody who's on neuro checks, who's on any psych medication. So some facilities require you to chart like that you're monitoring a person that's on psych medications. Anybody who hasn't had a BM, if they haven't had a BM within 3 days, then you need to start your protocol, whatever your protocol might be. Anybody who's on PEG, because you have to chart on people who's on PEG. And what you would do is you would just go in and chart a little progress note like, this person PEG tube is intact and in place per auscultation. And what that means is you went in, you with your stethoscope, with your 10 cc's, you inserted the air, you listen to make sure that it's in the belly, you know, all of that, showing that their bed is raised at a good position. You know, just paint a picture for the next nurse or for the physician to know, like their feeding tube, their PEG is free of any infection. Just let them know everything is going okay. Then anybody who is receiving AccuChecks, anybody who's skilled charting, because you have to chart on all your skilled patients. And then this little area is just notes for like any little notes that you might want to jot down, like your CNAs or physical therapy, or somebody might come tell you. That way you know. So that's a good little cheat sheet. If anybody is interested in one of these little sheets, you can email me. My email will be down in the description box. I can try and email you a copy of that. But my little binder, y'all, it has everything. So this is like the little personal action form for somebody who, like, either got a warning or did something wrong at work, or, you know, something like this. So you have the employee sign it, you sign it. This is just showing the fall incident sheet. That's a little example of that. This is for like somebody whose family might have brought them clothes, or if they're new, they're a little inventory sheets. I don't know if y'all can see that. Is it upside down? Oh no, it's a little inventory sheet. Let's see. So this is what this one looked like at the facility I came from. It just shows like this is a new admission, and it's just showing like you have to fill out the date they came, day 2, day 3, because you have to chart. And it say like 7 to 3, 3 to 11, and how many days y'all gonna chart on that person. This is like the 15-minute visual checks you would do like if somebody did like a fall. Let me show y'all this one. Medication procedures. So for the people who was really wanting to know like how to properly do a med pass, I have this paper. Once again, if you think that you would like a copy of this, I can send you a copy because it's going to show you the proper medication procedures for a med pass. Crush medicines, how to ID them. All of that. How to do peg tube, eye drops, inhalers. All of that. So there's that. And then, of course, I have my little vital signs sheet that I use for my vitals. And that's really pretty much it, you guys. I am going to do another video. I might record it later on tonight. And I posted Wednesday on how I studied for the NCLEX, what I studied. You know, any questions y'all might have on that. I'm going to do a video on that. It might not be a long video like this one, but it'll be like a little short, sweet, to the point, my little story on that. So y'all stay tuned for that. And then like when you leave, you're going to do the same thing. How you receive report, you're going to give that same report to your nurse. You know, let them know, you know, what all happened to your shift. Let the people know when the last time you may have gave somebody a PRN pain pill or any medication that's under the PRN, whether it was a breathing treatment, a pain pill, a nausea pill, a Tylenol, anything. Make sure you let the person know that. So they'll know, which is going to show them in the computer too, but so they'll know, okay, she might be doing a med pass, and the resident might say, hey, I'm hurting, can I get a pain pill? Well, Jasmine just said that she gave you one at 2:30, and it's just now 3 o'clock, so now you can't get a pain pill for however many hours, just so you can have it. But yeah, y'all, so if y'all have any questions, or if y'all feel I didn't touch on something, please let me know. Because like I said, I want to answer all y'all questions. And I'm going to try to do like a little collab with one of my other nurse friends, because she has more hospital experience. Hey, Brianna. She a real supporter. She's a real friend, because she texted me and let me know that she watched my videos. But I'm going to try to, because she's going to school to be an RN now. So she's in the RN program. So whenever she gets a break, and she's going to be starting a channel soon too. So I'm going to help her with that. So y'all stay tuned, because we're going to try to do like a little collab, because I have a lot of nursing home experience. She has both nursing homes and hospital. She's been a nurse longer than me. So hopefully we can get a little collab going, so I can keep my little subbies happy and my support. I'm going to have to come up with a name for y'all, for like my little supporters. Y'all help me comment down below some names. Throw me out some little ideas I can call y'all, because I don't want to just call y'all my subbies or my supporters. Y'all deserve names, okay? But without further ado, y'all, that concludes this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know how y'all like this video. And stay tuned for more. Bye, y'all.